Hello, welcome back to my channel, Rachel Reads. I am so excited for this video because it is about 8 o'clock p.m. on Friday, March 12th, and Saturday, March 13th is the Best Day 24-hour readathon, which is a Taylor Swift themed 24-hour readathon, which sort of is to kind of help celebrate the month-long Tis the Damn readathon we have going on. It's sort of the middle of the month. It's the 13th, so, you know, that's Taylor themed. And we just wanted to give people a chance to have a day that's for them, you know? Just a whole day of self-care, which, you know, to me means doing things that you enjoy and that are good for you, and that can mean many different things to many different people, you know, and it can also depend on the day. What does self-care mean? So, like, for me, self-care doesn't just mean doing things like pampering yourself, taking a bubble bath, doing a face mask. Obviously, those things are taking care of yourself, but also, like, getting chores done and like doing your taxes on time and like getting things done that set you up for success in your personal or professional life, just things that are going to kind of not bite you in the butt later on, not procrastinating on important things. So for this 24-hour readathon, my plan is to do a lot of reading. That is the number one goal, of course. B, I'm not going to stay up for 24 hours. I'm going to sleep. I'm also, yes, going to pamper myself. I will probably take a bubble bath pretty soon here. I am starting my readathon early. So the readathon is like midnight to midnight your time zone, but for me, I'm going to start a little early because my co-host is in the UK, so it's already 1 a.m. there. So I kind of want to be a little bit closer to her timeline. And so I will be starting pretty soon. I kind of want to get some laundry folded first. Probably start 9 p.m. and go to tomorrow at 9 p.m. I also will be hosting some Twitter sprints, Instagram lives, things like that. So, I mean, I may not get as much reading done as I would have if I'm just doing reading, but because of hosting and everything, but that's okay. Part of my self-care is just doing this readathon and hosting it for all of my, you know, bookish online friends that I've made recently. I've just been having the best time, you know, getting immersed into this community. It's so great, and I really appreciate all of the acquaintances and friends that I've made. So, with that being said, let's talk about my TBR. I have 2 books that I want to be reading today. So we have Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So Rebecca is the group read that all the hosts are reading. It is a classic. It was published in the 1930s, and the author, funny enough, the author passed away in 1989. Who was born in 1989? Our Queen Taylor Swift, as well as yours truly. I was also born in 1989. I think that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm excited, you know. I've read quite a few classics, but I've never read this one. So we'll see how it goes. I have the audiobook from my library, so I can put that on, you know, I can kind of go back and forth between this and the audiobook so that I can get some things done. Part of keeping myself motivated to keep reading is to go back and forth, get up and moving, put an audiobook on so that I can, like, do things that'll help keep me keep me awake and, you know, that kind of thing. So that's the first book. I'm also reading a book for my podcast called, it's this one, The Gilded Ones by Nemina Forna. I'm about 50 pages in so far. It's really good. It is a YA fantasy, and, like, look how gorgeous the cover is, first of all. It's pretty interesting. I'm reading it, like I said, for my podcast. We are recording on Sunday, and it's for that, so that's why I want to get it read this weekend. I won't, like, push myself to finish the whole thing before Sunday because the way we're setting up the episode, I don't have to have finished it. I want to read most of it at least, so I can say definitively whether or not it's a book that, I'd really recommend or that I really like. So far, I like it, and I'm looking forward to continuing with it. So that's this one. Right now, those are the only 2 books on my TBR that I am wanting to read. Like I said, I won't probably get as much reading done as I would like, just because of all my host duties that I'm going to be doing, but that's okay. We still have the next 24 hours. So here's the plan for right now. Like I said, I want to get a few things done before I start my 24 hours. I want to fold some laundry, and then I think I will start out with like a bubble bath and a face mask and kind of get all that stuff done to prepare me for the readathon. And then what I'll probably do is do some of the challenges, which we can go over later. But thank you all for tuning in, and I'm just really excited for this 24-hour readathon. It's going to be great. So, as you just saw in some of that footage, I've started reading. I had my cake, which I made earlier today. It's blueberry lemon cake. I made it for one of my Baking with Books videos, and it's delicious. So it meets the Baker's Gonna Bake challenge for this readathon. Yes, I had some cake, read some of Rebecca, and I've been listening to it as well, because after I read a little bit, I went upstairs and had a bath. And now I am back downstairs. I am going to find my place. I think it's kind of a slow audiobook, so I think it'll be faster reading. It's just past 10 o'clock, and I'm posting some reading sprints on Twitter at midnight, because that's technically when the readathon starts for my time zone, of course, midnight. But I just couldn't wait, so I started early, of course. But that being said, I'm going to just kind of get to reading, and I'll update you all in a little bit. Page 90 of Rebecca, and it is 1:45 right now. So I'm not reading super fast, but I feel like this book is kind of slow moving anyway. I just feel like the pacing of it is deliberately kind of slow, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's definitely creepy. The household staff of this big house that the main character is at is just like constantly talking about the last woman who lived there, who died, and is just like a really very spooky atmosphere. I'm liking it a lot. So at midnight I am going to be hosting the Twitter sprints for probably an hour, and I think I'm going to go to bed for a few hours because we have Instagram Live at 6 a.m. So I want to get some sleep in between now and then. So I'll probably check in with you all before I go to sleep, but if not, then I'll see you in the morning. Hello, the reading sprint is over. It's 1 a.m. I just read about 40 pages of this, which is not too bad for the whole hour since I was running the sprints and everything. So it's funny because I really wanted to go to bed, but I'm a little more awake right now, but I have a feeling that won't last that long. So I think what I'm going to do is brush my teeth and kind of get into the spirit of wanting to go to bed, and I'll sleep fine. So I'm going to do that while I listen to the audiobook for Rebecca a little bit more. I kind of split up both of my books into 5 more sections, and my plan is to like switch between books every time I reach the end of a section. So like with Rebecca, when I reach the next post-it note, then I'll switch to the Gilded ones, and then when I reach the next post-it note for that, I'll switch back and forth. It'll help keep things interesting, I guess, throughout the day. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll see you all in a few hours. Good morning. I have coffee in my Taylor Swift mug, and I am about to go live on Instagram in about 20 minutes. I woke up about 10 minutes ago, so still trying to get ready. Probably do some Twitter posts just to kind of let people know about the live, remind them. I'm listening to the Rebecca audiobook. I'm trying to decide where to read, like where to set myself up once the live is over. Probably on the couch, but I don't want to fall asleep. I guess we'll just have to be trial and error. Probably take a shower after the live too, because that'll help me wake me up. I am drinking regular coffee, which I don't normally do, but I figured just this once wouldn't hurt. To kind of give me a little boost at the beginning of the day. So, alright, well, I'm going to do the Instagram live, and then I'll check in with you all later. Okay, we just did the live show. I only had like 2 participants, but they were so fun, so sweet. So I'm going to sit down with my book. I'm not going to take a shower quite yet because I don't want to wake up my husband by turning on the shower because the bathroom's right next to the bedroom. So I'm just going to sit on the couch for a little while. Let me show you the cat. She's right there. I barely see her eyes, but she's waiting on the couch for me. You ready for some snuggles? You gonna read with Mom? What are you reading? I love that murderous look in her eyes, but she's the sweetest cat. don't be frightened by my appearance. I am just doing my face mask. I chose a charcoal face mask today because I've been breaking out a lot. Gotta love maskne, am I right? Got my cat here. It is almost time for another reading sprint, so I'll be hosting that, kind of running it on Twitter while I'm like taking my face mask off also, because that'll be dry pretty quick here. And I am listening to the audiobook now of Rebecca. I'm on chapter 13. Taylor Swift 13. I'm really liking it so far. I mean, this book is incredible. I can't believe I've never read it before, but it's really enjoyable, very engaging. I'm also on chapter 14 of the Gilded ones. I've just been really enjoying the books I'm reading, which is really nice. So I'm going to get to Twitter sprinting, and I will check in with you all later. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have been just like reading. It's almost noon. I've just been like reading and, you know, doing my thing. And we got lunch in the oven right now, just waiting for it to cook. And so I'm upstairs folding some laundry and all that, and I'm listening to the audiobook of Rebecca, and I'm on chapter 18, and I'm like standing here doing this, like, ah. Oh, this book is insane in the best way. I love it. I love it. I will say there's been some problematic things. I mean, it's a very early 20th century book. Like, they had a fancy dress party, and one of the guests wore brown face, so that was not cool. But it's so hard because, like, these old texts that's in there, because people were just more awful back then, or at least people are still awful, obviously. But like, something racist like that in a book was not considered problematic back then by mainstream society, if you know what I mean. So it's very jarring to read something like that in a book, you know, and in context, it's what it is. And if I had known that going into this book, I don't know how much I would have, you know, really been into wanting to read it. But at this point, I'm just really hooked on the story and really need to know what happens. And it's very well written, and the characters are all super interesting. But yeah, if that's something that, you know, you don't feel like you can support in a book, maybe skip this one. Yeah, like I said, I may have skipped it if I had known that before going into it. But I'm in it now, and I really want to finish it. I already own it, and at this point, I'm just, you know, going to be upfront about that part of the book when I tell people about it, of course. But that being said, I've just been like losing my mind at what's going on in the plot. So if you've read that book, comment down below and let me know what you think. Anyways, so yeah, I think what I'm gonna do now, well, like I said, I'm kind of just puttering around listening to the audiobook while I wait for lunch to cook, and then I think what I'm going to do is take my audiobook outside and go for a little walk. I might take you all with me just to kind of show you a little bit of the neighborhood. It's so beautiful out today. It's sunny, the sky is blue, and it's a little bit colder than it had been the last couple of days. We were spoiled with some 55-degree weather here in Maine. Now it's back down into the 30s, which is still unseasonably kind of warm. Well, not really unseasonable because it's mid-March now. I keep forgetting. Still feels like February, kind of. But so yeah, for March, mid-30s is, or high 30s is pretty normal. So Anyway, I'm going to get going and I will check in with y'all when I go on my walk. So, talk to you soon. Good afternoon. It is almost 2 o'clock. I actually started the Reputation tour video a little bit early because just in case I had to pause it for any reason, I didn't want to not finish it before the live show at 4 o'clock. So I just wanted to give you a little update. I am on page 305 of Rebecca. I'm really liking this. It is well, I talked about it earlier, just how kind of crazy and creepy it is. And I feel like it's just going really at a fast pace right now. So I have a feeling I'm going to be able to finish it very quickly. I think, how many pages are there total? If you just go to the end of the book, it is 386 pages. But then there's some like bonus features that go on for another 20 or 30 pages. So I'm sure I'll want to read that. So yeah, about 100 pages left of that. And then on the Gilded ones, I'm on page 222 out of just over 400, I think. So I have a little bit more left of that, but it's also a very fast read, so I have a feeling I could probably finish both of these today. I mean, it's only 2 o'clock. I'm going to be reading the Gilded ones while I have the Reputation movie on, because I've seen it a million times, so I can focus on two things at once. So I'll be doing that live show at 4 o'clock, and then after that, just kind of gonna read as much as possible until the end. I technically started last night at 9 o'clock, so 9 o'clock tonight will be my 24 hours, but if I'm still awake or not too tired, I'll just stay awake and keep reading until I feel like going to bed. So, yeah, I went for my walk, just been having a pretty good day. So I am going to continue watching the Reputation Stadium tour, and oh, I made this yummy homemade raspberry lemonade. It's delicious. And I will talk to you all later. Hello, it is 10 minutes to 5. We just finished the Instagram live after watching the Reputation Stadium tour. Always a good time. That tour is amazing. So I've just been kind of doing dishes. I ordered out pizza because I do not want to cook. And I've been listening to the audiobook. I am on page like 320 something. So I am getting very close to the end of Rebecca. And it's so good. And I'm also 280 pages into the Gilded ones and also loving it. This readathon is a huge success. I am reading books that I love. They're so good. So that is what's going on. I think for the rest of the night I'm just going to relax, read, eat my pizza. I do still have to take a silly selfie to meet that prompt, and check in with a friend. So I'll probably text my friend Kendall, and my friend Christina, and my friend Christine. Yes, all my friends' names start with K. I couldn't tell you why. So I'll check in with you all later. Bye. I finished Rebecca. It's 6:47. I'm still running the Twitter sprints, but yeah, I finished it. The only thing I couldn't get through was the epilogue, which was not part of the original novel. It was published later in this like new edition. I just felt like it was boring and unnecessary. It didn't really tell me anything new, so I didn't finish it. But the book itself, oh my god, so good. I will have a lot of thoughts on the live show on the 27th, so be sure to be subscribed to Drinking by My Shelf. I'm pretty sure that's where we'll host the live show. Yeah, so at this point in the readathon, let's see, I have read, let's see, I'm on 280, page 280 of the Gilded ones, which means I've read 230 pages of that, plus 400 pages of this book, so 630 pages so far, and it's only 10 minutes to 7, so that's less than 22 hours. So I have 2 hours left of the readathon, which means I should be able to, if not finish, then like almost finish this, because this is 415 pages, so 135 pages. Yeah, I won't probably finish it, but I'll get pretty close, and then I'll probably just read past 9 o'clock another 10 or 15 minutes probably to finish it. So that will be 2 full books finished. Obviously I'll check in with you all at the end to let you know exactly what I finished, but I just wanted to give you that update because I was excited. So I'm going to go back to the Twitter sprints, got 10 minutes left, and then back to reading the Gilded ones. See you later. I made it! It is 9 o'clock exactly, which means I've been reading for 24 hours, plus a little bit of sleeping. But yeah, I read a lot. So I read over 700 pages in the last 24 hours, which is pretty cool. I only have 42 pages or so left of the Gilded ones, so I am going to finish that before I go to bed. But I'm going to wrap up the vlog. I had a great time. Thank you all who participated in the reading sprints and the Instagram lives. It was a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone who's tagged me in your Instagram stories. That was really fun to see. And okay, let's recap. So prompt 1 was to complete 1 prompt from the 'Tis the Day I'm Readathon, which I completed more than 1, but I did finish a book, Rebecca, which fulfilled my prompt for the Speak Now album, so did that. Take a silly selfie. I posted it to my Instagram story, so I did do a silly selfie. Baker's Gonna Bake. I did eat some cake that I made, so I got that one. The Best People in Life Are Free. I did check in with some of my friends today, just kind of texting and seeing how they were. And finally, the Cry Tears of Mascara in the Bathroom. I did complete 2 face masks in the last 24 hours. I did a charcoal face mask this morning, and then just now, like an hour ago, I did like a nice lavender soothing face mask. So I did all of the challenges for the 24-hour readathon. It really was the best day. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and comment down below if you participated, what were you reading, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me going forward. And I'm just really grateful that you all are watching. So I hope you have a great day. Actually, I hope you have the best day, and I will catch up with you all later.